So, doctor, tell us, what do you think about the Ghanaian economy now and the progress it's achieved in the last 1 year? It's a biased question.
Yeah, so the Ghanaian economy is doing well. I think Mahama and his appointees are doing really well, especially at Forcing. I mean, if you look at the economic indicators, everything suggests that the country is doing very well. Inflation is down, interest rates are down, fuel prices are low. So in general, you could see that the standard of living has improved. I mean, Ghanaians now have higher purchasing power compared to the last year. So in simple terms, I would say, yeah, Mahama has done well, and then big ups to them.
Yeah, I get you here. I get you say Mahama have done well. You are an expert in this field. You have a double master's in agricultural economics and economics in general. You are a PhD.
I hope I can answer the question after all these questions.
Don't worry, it's not a difficult question. you have a PhD. You're always getting a PhD in economics. There's been this whole thing about the government haven't put in any policies in place to cause the city to have appreciated this much. But we know that it could also not just be just by nature's sake that the city is performing. Something might have been done. But could you kind of explain to us what you think would be the reasons why the city has appreciated or at least stabilized in the last 1 year?
So, well, in simple terms, I would say is the trade balance.
Trade balance.
So it has something to do with demand and supply. So demand and supply between the foreign currencies and your own local currency. So if we demand the foreign currency more than we export our local currency, then there will be inflation, or that is when our city will depreciate. But now, with the help of the gold board, we are able to sell and get more returns for our city than we export in general. So there is a trade surplus, which is positive. That is how come our exchange rate is doing very well, because we are demanding less of the dollar than it used to be a year ago or 2 years ago.
So in other words, what you're trying to say is that the gold board in itself is a major policy.
Yes.
So
it has helped us to improve upon our surplus that we get compared to last year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So then you are saying that the argument that the government haven't put in any policy in place.
No, I think a lot of people have credited the good board and then attributed our economic gains to the achievements in the good board program. But if you look at other things that the government is putting in place, like cutting down costs, investing in physical discipline, investing in the local contractors. At first, we used to employ a lot of foreign contractors, and when we pay them, they take the money out of the country. But now, with a big push agenda that Mahama and Co has placed in the economy, it has helped us to recruit. I mean, one of the main agendas is to recruit local contractors to do the job. So when we pay them, it's not like before where foreigners will take our money out of the country. So if you pay them, the money stays in the country. Yeah. So it's a combination of a lot of policies.
That's interesting.
So we cannot just attribute it to the gold board only. So it's a whole package, I would say.
But then that clearly states that there is a policy that is going on.
Yeah.
Policy doesn't just mean that you have one district, one factory, something of that sort to say that. But then there is kind of a consolidated action to make the city stabilize. So, what is your forecast this year? The year I've just started, do you see the CD kind of stabilizing throughout, or do you even see a further appreciation? I mean, putting it also in the context of global politics, how do you see it?
I think in general, we are doing well with the global politics. Our foreign ministry has ensured that our trade relations and all our economic relations with all other countries are fairly stable. And if we look at this year, I think the economy will further improve with the gold board still in place. There was a loss of $214. They call it transaction cost. Yeah, they seek to improve upon the policy, which will further cut down that cost, which will also help to gain more. So when that cost is not there, it's a gain, right? So that will improve things further. We expect inflation to still go down. Inflation and exchange rates mostly are in common, right? The more inflation goes up, expect that the exchange rates also would not be in your favor, because then the currency weakens. So we expect good things moving forward. The big push is still in place, and then we are still cutting down costs. If we maintain in this trajectory, I think moving forward, things will improve than it is now, or than it was last year.
So if I get things right, you are very positive about the economy. The
Yes.
only thing is, if we
our problem since Nkrumah was overthrown until today has been leadership. And the Mahama government have shown that if we have the right person in place who has the country at heart, things will move forward. And now you see that all our policies are in such a way that it favors the Ghanaian, or it's in the interest of the country, and it's not influenced by foreign politics than it used to be. So, yeah, all indicators points towards the fact that things will improve moving forward. If we maintain it in this same pace, I'm sure we'll even get better.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
that's interesting. Away from the economy, we have fresh or ministers who have acted for like just 1 year. Can you give me your top 5 ministers?
My top 5 ministers.
Yeah.
So number 1 is Atuforsin. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Number 1 is Atuforsin. I will place the foreign minister Kujetu Ablakwa second.
2. Okay.
And I will place the road minister Kwame Agoja as number 3. The education minister will be number 4, Haruna Idrisu. And number 5, it's a bit tricky, but I'll go for Sam George. He has a good intention.
Okay, yeah, Sam George. I was thinking in between. Now let's say we're focusing on sector ministers, right? So, in between health minister and Sam George, actually. Kando.
Yeah, Kando is also doing quite well. Yeah. But I think I'll stick with Sam George.
One minister that I think has the potential, but he's facing a lot of difficulty in his sector, is the land and natural resource minister. I think he's a fine gentleman. The only way we would appreciate the work he is doing is when we see the water
improve.
Improve.
We cannot say. He fought a lot for Parliament to repeal that airline that was in place that allowed us to mine in our foreign reserves. So that is a very good step. I think in general he's doing well. Let's give him time. These things takes time.
He's doing well. So I think he could become my number 1 minister only if we see the change in water bodies. And he's the only kind of minister that he has like a target. I don't know if I should say target, but like a real thing that Ghanaians are looking out for to see. Like every Ghanaian is waiting to see that the the color of the water bodies changes, then we are able to say, yes, this is the effect of the work he is doing. Even though Lands and Natural Resource Minister is not only about galamsey, but it's one of the key things in the sector. When we move from sector ministers and we look at regional ministers, I would go for Ashanti Regional Minister as my number one regional
what's
minister.
The name? I forgot the name.
Dr. Frank Amakani. You're doing really well.
I like him.
Yeah, because he's engaging the youth, he's been super active throughout the whole year. There was something to do, something to talk about. And I like the fact that he is now taking advantage of social media as well. I mean, he's been doing it for a longer time. He is down to earth talking to people. One thing about the whole administration now is the fact that they've made leadership very close to the people. The president himself is now close to us. And who will be your second? Well, I don't know if Frank Amakoni is your first regional minister, but who would you choose as top 2 regional ministers or top 3?
The regional ministers, I don't really follow their work that much. But I see Amakuhene and what he's doing in Ashanti region. And a lot of people project him a lot online, on social media. If you look at Facebook and LinkedIn and all those places. But apart from him, to be honest, I don't have anyone in mind. Because I don't really follow the regional ministers that much. And I'm not quite sure of what work they are doing.
I think
so. I can't say much when it comes to regional ministers.
Yeah, I think that is true. The regional ministers need to up their games. We don't hear of them that much. I think that there is a lot to be done in that sector. But I will go for Amakoine, of course, obviously, and then I will go for the Greater Accra regional minister, the lady. I think she's doing well. She might not be present, but I see what the mayor and other people are doing, and I think that's it's through her leadership that they are putting all that in place. And one thing about the Ashanti regional minister, you see the Kumasi mayor also working, and they seem, at least to the cameras, we know that they have very good.
The Accra mayor is also doing really well with the decongestion agenda.
But market. We have a few people that are not performing, like some members of parliament, and one of them is the Wasamenfi West member of parliament. Yeah, I have to say it. I mean, we all support the research agenda, but there are some people that are not making their own part of the country feel the whole research agenda, and I think he needs to up his game. Today I'm going to pinpoint him because I'm very close to, that is the constituency I come from, and I know he's not doing well. There's a lot that has to be done, like a constitution that I've voted for the NDC continuously. As it stands now, there are still schools under trees. There are roads. In towns that there are no roads, or roads that leads to those places are choked and blocked as it stands now. And people have to come on motorbikes, and even that one is a hassle. There is a bridge that broke down in Amuaku. It's been more than a year. A bridge, come on, not a very big bridge, it's a small bridge, a bridge that connects huge group of people. It's been more than a year, and that bridge has not been constructed. I don't know what the municipal assembly is doing, but they need to up their games, and very soon we will start going hard on the people who are not doing their own side to support the research agenda, So this was just a short conversation, and this is in Ghana television. We'll bring to you, the next discussion will be the third John, where we'll be talking about the third term of John Dramani Mahama manifesting in himself or through another person. If we want to see the third term of John Dramani Mahama manifest by him going again or through another person, I mean, we're going to put both arguments there. Look at what is good about having him going for a third term and what could be bad about having him going for a third term. And one of the questions I will post is, how would Ghana have been 10 years under, or let's say 12 years under
Mahama?
No, Nana Dankwa. And if you just oppose against having Mahama for 10 years, another 4 years, what is the risk of after Mahama leave office? Are we going to have another Mahama? That will do what we are having, or are we going to have another Akufo-Addo that will go for another 12 years? And how would the country be like? Or do we want to see the third term of John Mahama? Do we see it in any of the current acting ministers or any of the potential NDC guys to say that one of these could actually become the third John Dramani Mahama?
I see it in a few of them. Yeah, one of them is Kujitua Blackwa. Atu Forsen. Esiedu Nkitia would stand for president. He could be one of them. And Julius Debra. Yeah. I would have said Haruna Idrisu, but he's a bit too political for me.
Yeah, I also think he's a bit too political.
So these are the four people I think would have the same mindset or similar to John Dramani Mahama.
I would tip. I mean, I like Okudzeto Abraka naturally, but I would tip the finance minister. So far, the work he's done is amazing. So I would say a pair between Okudzeto and Atoforsen wouldn't be bad for Ghana at all. It wouldn't be bad at all. But then on the other side, the MPP is also coming, and if there should be anybody I want to become president in the NPP now, I don't think he's in those five running. Maybe the former education minister, Yawaduchum. But if I had my own, I would want I can't please out. What is his name?
I don't know.
But a very calm gentleman.
Yeah. I'm actually struggling to pick someone from the NPP. That's why I'm laughing. I keep laughing.
No, I'll go for that guy. He's very calm. He almost lost his election anyways. But I've forgotten his name.
Yeah, I don't.
I'll go for that guy. I mean, viewers will tell us, and I think he can pair with the educational minister, who is in the race now. Yeah, we wouldn't say that free SHS was 100% under him, but at least they introduced something significant. But I don't see any of the top five, any of the other four in the race becoming. If it's about what is his name, Brian Champon, we know that as a minister he almost bought our hotels. Now the hotels are doing well. They said he was not doing well. He almost bought them. If it's Baumia, we all know his records. Now he's running away from his records. He wanted to debate John Mahama back then when he was a vice president and those things, but now he says he was not the one in charge of the economy. But we know that he
moved from economy to digitalization.
Yeah, and even digitalization, he can't debate me on digitalization. Yeah, and who is the other person in the race again, apart from Brian Champon, Baumia? Kennedy Japan, and educational minister. There are five, right?
I think there's Kwabene
Japan. Oh, that guy, solid guy, but the NPP, made him lose his grounds.
Yeah.
Kennedy Japan, potential, but
Kennedy Japan is not somebody who I would want to lead. I didn't say Ghana, I said a country.
Okay.
Which means any country it doesn't. I don't see him as a person who is fit to lead any country. One, he doesn't have good temperament. Two, I don't think he's very diplomatic. Three, I think he should just stick with his business and build factories and employ people. He should focus on that, and yeah, that will be good for everybody.
I kind of, but I look at him from the angle of Donald Trump, right?
Oh,
He could be the Donald Trump of Ghana. That is not supposed to say that I want him to become president, because obviously there are a few things that are not right about.
I've been watching the news several times. I've not even seen him do any meaningful debate in Parliament.
I mean, he knows how to insult.
I mean, looking at his history alone tells us that this is not a guy we want to lead. He's also too political for me, and sometimes makes unnecessary arguments.
In an unnecessary press conference.
Unnecessary press conference, wasting everybody's time.
Turning the party into how do you call it? The new press conference party. Yeah. Now the NPP should have potential. Somebody like what is his name? Kojo Ponkroma is a fine gentleman. Of late, he's becoming too political, like choosing political party over the interest of Ghana. I think so.
I think the MPP in general should I don't know, maybe dissolve the party and restructure the whole party again.
No, but you see, there are fine gentlemen. You know this guy, Boache Jako, or what's his name?
Yeah, Boache Jako. Yeah,
he's a
former energy minister.
Yeah, he's a top guy. He's I think that he could be a potential also president.
Yeah.
You know,
the thing is, they have some few good guys, but the bad ones are too much. Not bad as in they are bad, but I don't think they really have the country at heart that much. Even if, you know, sometimes what you say also matters, right? When the thing is black and white, plain, palette, and you start telling us different story, when everybody can see that the economy is doing well, you are telling us the economy is not doing well. When prices have reduced, you say prices hasn't reduced. Why should we take you serious?
Yeah, that is the thing. Like, and unfortunately,
at least start by praising the government a bit. Okay, we are not saying the government is doing everything good, but when something is done right, acknowledge it and probably suggest what should be improved. But don't tell us that this is the case when everybody can see plainly that things are good, at least for now.
Yeah, unfortunately, Kojo Opokroma seems to be caught in that now. For the past 1 year, they've been doing press conference, lying on. First, they started with the government is not spending. Then they move on to there is like stability or whatever in the international market, and then now they move on to there's so many things. They say, yeah, that's
now they are telling us the country was doing well before.
Yeah, now they said the country was doing well, and so those kind of lies is and he shouldn't find himself being associated with those kind of things. I mean, somebody like Afio Makin, we know him to be doing that too. I mean, Ghanaians will not take him that serious, you know, but a person that people see you as a potential presidential candidate in the future, you should know how to be. Even if you're going to be a little bit political, I mean, do it with a little bit of. Now, one person, we've heard multiple things from you on the reasons why the economy is doing well. And then at a point, because you couldn't, you thought that the people will not be able to sustain it. And now they've sustained it. You are trying to say that, oh, actually, it is Baomia's whatever. And the same person you are saying that this is policy is the same person who is saying that he was not in charge of the economy. It's kind of crazy. Anyways, at this point in time,
end, right?
Yeah, we just end here. Okay.